Goon with me. Together, we shall goon for Gargara.
Actually, have you seen that one FNAF Secret of the Mimic game?
I've seen a little bit of it. I haven't watched.
The Russian fake one.
No, I haven't seen like anything of the game actually.
Yeah, it's actually fucking fake, made by Russians.
Well, I know it's not a official. FNAF does like a fan game thing where they like actually fan games. So like, I know they're doing that. So like, it's real, but it's you know.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite game?
In my channel, that is A Barren Wasteland, I have shown that I really like the Assassin's Creed franchise with one video. However, you would be wrong to assume that's the only thing I play all day, every day. One of my favorite games, for an example, that I'm always gonna have on my computer, partially because of file size, is one of my favorite movement shooters that I genuinely believe has the power to, and has already managed to mold the gaming industry as a whole. I mean, you could literally take a look at the games made in engines such as Roblox to say that some of these developers were inspired, to say the least. I'm not trying to put down Roblox here. They did it themselves at this point. However, I wanted to take a second here in the video to appreciate all the good games on Roblox, even though some of them were clearly inspired. Alright, also my favorite game in the whole wide world is on Roblox. This is Shin Life 2, an RPG that's made around Naruto. And it's the thing that I'm gonna be talking about way too extensively in the next 20 minutes that this video goes on for. I got no clue, man. Shin Life 2 is a game that was created by two brothers that I look up to and pray every night for the 241th update. Rel, come on! It has been under constant weekly development for the last 5 years, so it's understandable why it's effectively not their main priority anymore. They are working on RLCs, a One Piece game. Now, I did a bit of an entrance on Shindo, however, I wouldn't suggest you to boot up Roblox and go straight for it right now at this point in the video. I need to watch time, you need to hear out my warnings. Shindo Life takes ungodly amount of time and grinding. It's understandable why it was made in an era where games on Roblox took a very long time to get somewhere. From all the rarities to the quote-unquote gacha system, it's a lot to take in all at once. So, instead I'll just give you the information now in an instant. You get it? No? You're an extraterrestrial being? Alright, fine, I'll explain in detail. In my opinion, the reason that Shin Life clicks for me is because the content, after a huge and unbearable grind period, even though grinding period is quite enjoyable if you have Stockholm Syndrome. Also, you don't have to buy the private server game pass, you can just look up a private server code online on a specific village or hit your friend for a free code. I will get into reasons as to why right now. Shin Life works on a very fast-paced combat system where even though outsmarting your opponent is the main target, disorientating and being faster than them is an even bigger one. It's a pretty easy to understand, being faster than your opponent generally makes you a better player. However, there are other things that run you a better player. Situational awareness, being mindful of your abilities and their cooldowns, knowing the stun of each and every one of your moves, pledging your soul and blood to real brothers, being in love with a witch, knowing your movement abilities to heart, and all that jazz will make you a better player and more skilled opponent. This game heavily relies on you being good at the game. However, there are of course other things outside of that may dictate the outcome of a fight. Before getting into those, I will first get into the general knowledge about the game. You have health, pretty obvious, and chi that is used to cast ninja abilities, increases with nin and becomes more effective with chi. And stamina that increases both in effectiveness and amount depending on your tie stat. Tie stat is also used for your mon damage. Now, about things that could change the outcome of a fight, I divided them into 3 categories that I will talk about. Do you know that there are things that are outside of these categories that I'm going to talk about in this video? First, stop. Blocking. Blocking is something that you can do by pressing M2. Pretty simple stuff, right? But it negates your opponents from completely doing most means of stun and grabs against you unless if they're made behind you. In a case where you got hit by an ability behind you, you will not suffer from any stun that would normally be caused from the grab or the stun. In a rare circumstance, you will be stunned in most, stun time will be cut short. As long as you keep blocking, you'll also reduce the damage that you take, so that's pretty good stuff. Most importantly, if you block a grab move for your opponent to get any combo out of it, they will first need to use an ability that breaks your block. After they suffer the end lag of having been robbed of their grab, of course. Your block is always divided into 4 segments. These segments represent the durability of your block and how strong it is depending on your health stat. Normally, abilities that block break will break your block in one go, except that it doesn't, more on that later. And abilities or M1s that hit you that aren't a block break wouldn't break your block, but lower its durability until it forces it to break. M1s and blocks have a weird relationship. Shinoff uses 5 M1 system where in a combo string you can M1 5 times in total, with the 5th always knocking your opponent back, unless if you decide to uppercut. However, this knockback is also breaks blocks, since you would basically be defenseless against someone who's attacking you with their M1s while you're holding your block, waiting for it to be broken. You can also press M1 in order to parry their M1, which stuns the opponent and puts you behind them, causing you to take over their combo. Additionally, while blocking, all damage isn't ignored. It's reduced significantly. And all throwables, abilities, throwables are otherwise instantly parried and will fly away.
So it's pretty good to block, huh?
Indeed it is. But it can be even better. A mechanic that's lesser known and even lesser utilized by players and the community is what community dubbed as perfect blocking, even though it has nothing to do with parry timing or otherwise. Fucking stupid Roblox combat communities. It's a very basic system that basically shows that even the most basic of answers are sometimes the answer itself. You will always have a counter on the bottom of left on the bottom left of your screen that counts how much combo damage you dealt. At the time where you are the one taking the damage, it will count how much damage you have taken. This is an indicator for the offending side to reposition while the defending side to get a free out of your combo. After you take 200,000 damage, you will be able to hold your block to reduce the incoming damage. Even better, at this stage if you press M1 while holding block, you will get into an invulnerable state that if you get hit, it will teleport you short distances away for you to be able to recuperate. This is just a good system that they implemented in order to make sure you don't get into infinite combos and die in a single combo. However, whilst talking about blocking, I should probably also get into abilities, as these abilities are basically purely defensive and aren't offensive. There are quite a few forms of defense in this game, however interesting ones that I want to talk about because they clash with each other are counters and auto dodges. Auto dodges are pretty significant in this game, allowing you to effectively get a lot of combo while still being in it, giving you a second chance or a free punish on an overextending enemy. However, it must be noted that none of the auto dodge abilities can be used while you are being M1'd or air comboed. You simply won't be able to use the ability in that case. Counters are somewhat opposite in the way that they work. They can't be used within a combo. However, they make sure you won't be harmed by whatever was coming your way by making you temporarily invincible to their enemy attack. In most cases, stun them for a free combo, and even better, more reliable punish than auto dodges. Also, most except one is a frame 1, meaning you'll be able to get a defense and punish out before your opponent has the opportunity to attack you with a bit of intuition and prediction. The reason why these two go against each other is because they share a similar global cooldown, being auto dodge global cooldown. Simple concept, they put each other on respect to cooldowns. If the counter has 30 seconds cooldown, while auto dodge has 25, the counter will get 25 cooldowns seconds and not 30. Alright, I think that's enough talking about being defensive and boring. Next, second part, abilities. Abilities in this game fall into way too many categories, but I will put it as simple as I can. Elements, bloodlines, modes, stuns, block breaks, iframes, grabs, way too fucking more. Elements and bloodlines in this game are two whole different things that sort of achieve the same thing. They have their own respective slots, 2 of each, 4 of each if you buy the respective game passes for it. Yeah, there's some pay-to-win aspect, but it's $10 and I would rather talk about this later than now. Elements have 6 abilities, bloodlines have 3. In rare cases, bloodlines may come with a mode of their own. Modes are very strong in this game, at times way too strong. Their powers range from sugar puffs to, oh god, what the hell is this? Modes always take up their respective category of either Z or C, and you will be able to access it by holding down the respective button once you fill that slot. Modes give you a boost in all stats, common misconception among low-ranking players, but they do not give mentor abilities and abilities. For example, Z mode will always have a Z spec, in common scenarios also a Q spec that replaces your martial arts, but not your weapons. And even in rare cases, E spec that replaces your throwables. These abilities usually either don't cost anything, don't cost much, or their costs will be made up for them being generally amazing. One thing to note here, mod abilities will never conflict with other abilities. They are only exception to the global cooldown rule. Modes that come with the counters are highly regarded in this game. Stuns. Enough said. They can't be hit unless if I'm behind them, and even in that case they're still blocking, even though they can't move around. Basically, don't use them if they're blocking or if they are prone to blocking, and use them in a combo. Pretty obvious stuff. Block breaks. Oh, block breaks. Here we fluff and go. Yeah, remember in the blocking section I mentioned how some abilities can instantly break a person's block while others need to chip away? Are you even listening? But do I need to roll the subway surfers?
Yay!
Regardless. Block breaks in this game are crucial to make a pretty good build. You can try to survive without a block break and rely on attack that I want to talk about in the movement section, but you're gonna realize it's pretty dog sugar. Block breaks surprisingly come in a bunch of different flavors. Long range, short range, and my favorite, what the fuck is this bro, nerf this shit. Grabs are grabs. For simple stuff. Grabs in this game are great. And personally, as a grappler, it's my main way of fighting in this game. Basically, you do a foxy jump scare on your enemy, grab them and do attack, usually resulting in a combo. If your opponent has brain cells, they will hold them too. If they don't, which in most public servers they won't, they will get grabbed. There are more subcategories that I can talk about, like summons, however I'd rather save those for a future video that will be uploaded after the hit of the universe. That's like tomorrow. Let's go! Next part. Third part. Movement. I'd like to remind you guys that we are pretty far in this video, and before anything gets fast, take a second to hydrate and take care of yourselves. This message is specific for one lady, but it's just good advice as well. Alright, you're done? Ready? Let's go. Movement in this game is really fast and relies on a lot of factors such as race. No, not that kind of stuff. I swear I have no followers on TikTok, please. Mentor abilities, normal abilities, and general movement given to you as a player. Let's start basics. If you hold shift while moving, you will start running. If you press X, you will perform a dodge to the side that you were running towards. If you press W twice in a very fast succession, you will perform a rush. This will block break the opponent and bring them up in the air for an air combo. If you're in swing and hold space, you'll fly for a short period of time, called free jumping. You can configure your E throwable slot as a movement ability, such as Dagai Wire. That's basically a grappling hook, or a Q spec that could be configured by martial arts. I know I may have been a little quiet and calm this entire video, however this is possibly one of, if not the most important part of combat engine alive. You can't do without movement. You can sort abilities and still make up for them with movement and traditional combos, but movement is a must. Let me give you a little example. Am I standing in a good place in this example? The answer is no. My enemy is preparing an assault and I need to get the hell out. So I use my wrist specific ability to get some vertical mobility and ensure that I won't be caught by the ability. You might say this is a bad game design because you need to be a specific race to be able to use this in the first place. But, one, literally try to play engineer spy real quick, into versus 2, and 2, you can actually get a pseudo version of this. If you hold block and start jumping, your character will do an extra long jump and leave a scroll behind to disorient the player. It happens so fast in fact that a lot of people use it to make sure that they won't be grabbed by ground grabbing moves. However, this costs 1/4 of your chi. Nothing really more to talk about, it's ironic. Even though this is like the most important part of the game, it's basically boiled down to the only flag on your moves. Now I should like to talk about the miscellaneous things that don't exactly fit the categories, but are pretty important for me to talk about nonetheless. Mentor abilities are abilities that you can obtain from a mentor. Wow. After a player reaches S rank, they can obtain a mentor and increase their stats beyond 6,000. Normally at F0, starter rank, players start off with 5,000 stats and gradually, by each lateral rank, increase their gap. Mentors allow you to go beyond this and give you specific abilities for it. There are 5 mentors in this game currently and 6 mentor abilities. Normal Ki, Hisasaishin, Shinrai Akuma, Ryuji Kenichi, and Bruce Kenichi. They give specific amount of stats and specific abilities. I won't get into too much detail, but I will show you how the abilities themselves. Stronger block, your block goes green and can take one block breaking move. Additionally, it has higher durability. Faster passive chi regen. Pretty obvious stuff. Chi dash. After pressing C twice, you'll perform a chi dash, a horizontal, extremely fast dash that has the ability to break your opponent's block. Chi wider dash. Enhances your basic movement, making them wider and allows them to have around 10 frames of iframes. If used correctly, this can make someone incredibly hard to hit. Instant Rush. Your rushes are now teleportational and are done in an instant. Only exclusive to Bruce, the asshole mentor. Faster stamina charging. You recharge your stamina faster. Oh yeah, it's also Bruce mentor lock. That greedy fuck! Races are specific characteristics or aspects you can give to your character for them to interact with the world differently. YouTube, it's not actual human races, I swear to fucking god. There's currently 6 races in the game, with Celestial being the best one. Puppet Crowd, you can in fact raid my DMs. My Discord server is linked linked down there, and please shit talk in the comments. You'll help me all tremendously with the algorithm. I won't get into specific details about them, but basically they all have their specific abilities and roles. They'll get a spec of their own, and they can be obtained when you reach the Z rank. Also, you can replace the spec. The game basically makes it look like you can't, but you can. Martial arts are abilities that you can get access by using mommy's credit card or going through painful grinding. They change around once, are permanent once you buy. You can switch back to them whenever you wish, and give you different base Q spec. Weapon, ninja tools, and throwables are amazing in this game, giving you a Q spec that can't be overridden by mode abilities and at times effectively change your entire playstyle. They're strong, really strong. Throwables are also included in this category. A lot of them are usable, of course, but some of them are just better than others, like Dagaivar giving you a free movement, for example. Also, I'm gonna real quickly get into consumables as well, but if you hold your block and then press E, you will be able to use a consumable. It could be a potion that gives you more stamina, a stim that gives you higher regen in a short amount of time, or literally a plate of curry or a gingerbread man. Tailbeat. No, not this video. I'm saving this for later. I'm dying to talk about this, but god, I really want to turn this into a video of its own. Companions. Only use them if you're a coin shop, and rel coins in general, basically the premium currency of this game. Not much to go considering you can grind them with the minigames. Spins are also a currency, but they're obtained through dailies, missions, and other activities like that. There's also Rios, which are the main currency and used to unlock basically everything in this game, and can basically be grinded while getting some XP. Character customization is amazing in this game. Simply some of the greatest I have seen on Roblox or gaming altogether. You have a lot of options to mix and match stuff and make custom ones of your own. Make character models. Your character model is different from your Roblox model, meaning you can basically create everything in this game for free of charge. And final topic for the end agenda today, the game modes in Shin Life. Some of my favorite parts about this game, honestly. My Home, a completely private game mode where you can save outfits and AFK for rewards. I don't suggest this, honestly. Dungeons, a game mode that mostly feels like an average day in LA, if I'm being honest. Imagine that people are attacking you or raiders, and you're a police officer ready to protect and serve. You can get RC, Rio, XP, and spins in this game mode. However, you can also drop some bloodlines that are limited, even though you can spin for them. and some game passes in very rare cases. Arena X, a combat arena where you can use your own RPG character and fight others in a team, free-for-all, or deathmatch. You'll mostly see teams in this game mode, however. Storm, a game mode completely centered around using preset characters. Characters that you can see as companions or bosses in the game and fight other people who are doing the same. Other than the price to unlock a character, this game mode is completely free and only a few things from the RPG affects this game mode. Meaning, it's virtually completely balanced between F0 and a max 200 player. Comp pads, bunch of competition pads, bunch of people, pick someone and request a duel. Basically a Battlegrounds game, but exclusive for 1v1s. Competitive, 1v1 lobby, 2 RPG characters donking it out. Storm Comp. Snowstorm but competitive, I love this game mode honestly. Tournament, a game mode that I'm not entirely too familiar with. It limits what you use and puts you in a ring with a different player. Conquest, basically capture point simulator. The points are fairly sparse, and movement abilities and aim abilities are well appreciated in this game mode. Open world, the better AFK grind spot gives you free RC, Rio, I think XP, and spins for doing nothing. Intended purposes a dark RP where you divide into villages and all, but only close community players really bother with all that. There's a lot more I want to talk about this game. However, for now, at least, I think this is sufficient upselling on my favorite game. Like I said, only play this if you enjoy games that require long grinding and RPGs. Otherwise, this really is not the game that I would expect anyone to enjoy, especially if they're playing alone. Well, as the last thing, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching the video. It has taken a lot from me, and I had to learn a lot of new things to be able to complete this. A like would be greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have making it. I would also like to thank a special person who was my sole inspiration for this video. For context, I started working on a script at 18th of June, after I was heavily inspired by them, and I want to say how much I love them. Thank you.